Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Niranjana Yashodanandana Braja Niranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Ram Sankirtan ki jai. So let me share my screen. Yes, do the opening prayer quickly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udiraye Nastya Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Deviki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Rangaite Grim Yatkapata Bhagavate Shri Gurudin Dharanam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwar. So kindly accept my respectful obeisances, Prabhuji's and Mataji's, and kindly bless me that I can describe at least a part of the most powerful shlokas that we are going to discuss today. So as we all know, it is from the 6th canto, and we are on the 8th chapter, and we are going to start the shlokas from 11th onwards. So these shlokas are also referred as Narayana Kavacham, and as we would have read in the shlokas prior to this, that it starts when Indra offends his spiritual master Brihaspati, and as a very brief introduction to set the foundation. So Brihaspati comes to visit Indra, and he was in his assembly, and then he did not get up from his place, and Brihaspati, who is the spiritual master of all the demigods, and hence the Indra also, finds it offensive, and then he leaves, he disappears immediately. And then the moment demons get to know about this news that the demigods have offended their spiritual master, they take the advantage of this opportunity, and then they attack the heaven. And one thing we must know and realize ourselves is, like, even though they were the demons, but they knew any person who offends their spiritual master cannot remain happy neither in this world or in the next, whether it is spiritual journey or the material journey. None of the place such a person who has offended his spiritual master cannot get any peace. So when this is the beauty of our Krishna conscious movement. We must know, at least theoretically, in our sadhaka stage, what is correct and what is not. There might be difficulties, there might be challenges. Okay. Coincidentally, yesterday only I was reading first canto, 7th chapter, verse number 13 and 14, wherein Ashwathama kills the 5 sons of Draupadi and he goes to Duryodhana, assuming he will be very happy. Because that Duryodhana who has who has been killed, almost killed, he was about to leave his body. His spine was broken, thighs were badly injured, all his brothers were killed, everything is gone. In that bad, almost deadly state, that Duryodhana, whom we all count as a very bad person, that very same Duryodhana does not appreciate this action of Ashwathama. He says, no, this is not appropriate for a Kshatriya. Why am I trying to have a little room of appreciation for Duryodhana? Is because he, at least in this instance, acted like a true Kshatriya. Okay, so if somewhere in our heart, if we feel, if you want to learn from, idea is not to glorify Duryodhana, idea is to learn from this particular instance. So somewhere in our heart, if we feel, if we assume ourselves in the shoes of Duryodhana, right? If somebody has taken all our everything and we are about to leave, assume we are a king also for a moment. Let us assume, right? If one of our person does this thing, somewhere in our heart, okay, which is full of all the kama, krodha, lust, anger, right? Somewhere in our heart, we will be feeling a little bit satisfied. Okay, मरने से पहले कुछ तो कर दिया है, right? But Duryodhana did not appreciate that thing. So fine, I'll come back to this sloka now. So idea is, Chanakya Pandita also says, if there is something good in a person who belongs to a bad demoniac family, right? If there is gold in dirt, right? We should, if there is a wife from a family who is not very good, we must accept, because we must know that particular thing, okay, is good. We may be surrounded by many bad things. So without spending much more time on the foundation now, idea is we must know what is good for us, okay, whether be demon or is just the consciousness, right? Prahlada Maharaja, Krishna says, right, in the chapter of opulences, in the demons I am the Prahlada, right? So idea is to get and learn from anything and everything around us. So then Indra approaches Vishwarupa. Okay, Vishwarupa, his father was a high class and the mother was from the demons, right? So he had good qualities also, and he had a soft heart for the demons also. So Indra, after he was instructed by Brahma, he approaches Vishwarupa, and then he tells about the importance and glories of Narayana Kavcha that we are going to discuss. Okay. Yes, Krishnamurti Babuji, you want to read the first verse, Babu? Read the translation. Anything that you want.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Babuji.
Atmanam paramam jayet jayam sat shakti viryutam vidya tejas tapo murtim imam mantram udarahet.
Thank you, Babu. Can you read the translation also?
Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. After finishing this chanting, one should think himself qualitatively one with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full in 6 opulences and is worthy to be meditated upon. Then one should chant the following protective prayer to Lord Narayana, the Narayana Kavacha. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Babu. So the Narayana Kavcha starts from the next verse onwards. Now, what do we learn from here? Is one should think himself qualitatively one with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full of all the 6 opulences. And why not? Right? We are part and parcel of our Supreme Lord, our Supreme Father. So we do have all those qualities in a very, like a droplet in the ocean, right? That it has, if we just take that as a sample, chemical equation that this droplet has are exactly same as the water, any other droplet in the ocean. But we cannot compare that drop with the amount of water in the ocean. It is a very, very, very commonly used example by Srila Prabhupada, right? Many of the places we would have come across this. Now, what do we learn from here? Okay, we are qualitatively one. So it shows, like in our mundane senses, we talk about blood group, right? So in our old movies, I mean, I don't know how funny it used to be. We all would have seen the blood group matches, and then suddenly they find, oh, maybe his father. So the point is, we'll not go into that direction. Point is, our blood group, it's same as Krishna's blood group. Okay, we have the same qualities. Okay, now it is a very important thing, because the moment we hear we have the same qualities as Krishna, then somehow that demon of proud might come in ourselves. That means there is no difference. No, the difference is in the quantity. Okay, if a droplet wants to survive in this world, the best place for this is to serve the ocean. Otherwise, we all know the droplet has no future. The heat or the air or anything can finish it at any moment. Okay, so that is the message to be learned from here. Okay, so we'll go to the next shloka. Let me see if there are more hands. Sindhu Mataji, yes, please.
Prabhuji, Hari Bol.
Text
12.
Text 12, yes.
Om Harir Vidadyan Mama Sarvaraksham.
Yes.
Nyastangri Padmaha Patagendra Prishte Dharari Charmasi Gadeshu Chapa Pashan Dadhano Staguna Stabahu.
Thank you, Bharji.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: the Supreme Lord who sits on the back of the bird Garuda, touching him with his lotus feet, holds 8 weapons: the conch shell, disc, shield, sword, club, arrows, bow, and ropes. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead protect me at all times with his 8 arms. He is all powerful because he fully possesses the 8 mystic powers, anima, lagima, etc. Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Purport. Thinking oneself one with the Supreme is called ahangrahopashana. Through
And Graho Pashana.
ahangrahopashana,
Yes.
one does not become God, but he thinks of himself as qualitatively one with the Supreme. Understanding that as a spirit soul, he is equal in quality to the Supreme Soul. The way the water of a river is of the same nature as the water of the sea, one should meditate upon the Supreme Lord as described in this verse and seek his protection. The living entities are always subordinate to the Supreme. Consequently, their duty is to always seek the mercy of the Lord in order to be protected by him in all circumstances. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, for us, okay, I will repeat an instance. I'm sure we would have touched it some other time also. Once a person goes to His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj and he asks for the mercy, and then Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj says very straight away that first you should take the full advantage of the mercy which is already given to you. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra that we have is in itself is a biggest blessing. Have we taken enough shelter of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? And if we have taken that, there is nothing else to be achieved in this life. And if we have not taken, then what is the point of asking for the more mercy? So the Narayana Kavcha that we read, we should be having a mood that we are taking the shelter of our Lord only. Why? Why are we taking shelter? If the shelter was so important, why was Mother Kunti not asking for the shelter? I mean, she was asking, you give me more problems, right? So the most important thing in our entire Krishna consciousness life, okay, even for a very small matter, when we read Srila Prabhupada's purport and his room conversation, especially room conversation, they all had a context. Some devotee was there, he was asking a certain problem and its solution. Srila Prabhupada was very, very well aware of the entire situation. And based on that, Prabhupada gave that answer to that person to solve his problem. We should not make room conversation as a general principle and start sharing this in any other forum. Unless this is our responsibility now. What is the responsibility? Unless we are very clear to whom, in what context, what was the intention, right? Why that answer was told. Otherwise, we will end up making mistake. How we can make mistake? A doctor, right? We know this example again. Three patients goes to a doctor. And those patients, all of them says, I want to quit smoking. And the doctor gave 3 different answers. To first person, he said 5 cigarettes you can smoke. To second person, he said 1 cigarette you can smoke. And to the third person, he said, you must stop smoking immediately. Why did the doctor say so? Probably because the first person was smoking already 15 or 20 cigarettes. So the doctor asked him to, you come to 5 first, right? Other person was smoking 5. He said, you come to 1. Another just started smoking, 1 or 2. Doctor said, you must stop the smoking. Point is, we cannot take doctor's answer as a principle and tell it to everybody. Every patient had a different context. Okay, now why we are discussing all those details here? Because when we approach our Lord, okay, our mood, our context is to seek the mercy so that we can do our sadhana in a much more smoother way. If we reach at a platform where problem does not look problem and happiness does not look happiness, because both has to come like day and night. One cannot be there for always. If we reach to at that platform, we should be always doing our Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and there is no other austerity. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says there is no other charity, no other austerity, no other yajna tapa bigger than the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we get that realization, we do not need anything else. But when we are as a sadhaka and the things around us are affecting us, then whom can we go? One of my very dear senior Prabhu in our congregation, His Grace Tulsi Krishna Prabhu. So he had mentioned, if at all you have any problem in your life, okay, be it a material problem, be it a spiritual or anything, okay, you have to make it as a thumb rule. Thumb rule means no left, no right. Just approach Krishna and only Krishna. Okay, so and nobody else, completely nobody else, because Krishna knows what is going to help me now and how the dots are going to connect for the future. So when we have to go to the shelter, it has to be Lord. Narayana Kavcha is Lord. We are taking help of our Lord only. Okay, so there is no harm. We must. It again shows our the prayers help us to be more and more humble, right? When we do these prayers, it makes us more humble. Okay, so now this shloka, the verse says that the Supreme Lord who sits on the back of the bird Garuda, okay, touching him with his lotus feet, holds 8 weapons: conch shell, disc, shield, sword, club, arrows, bow, and ropes. Immediately, we must be, see, problem will be there. When we read this, what should come in our mind? Gajendra Moksha, right? Lord came on Garuda to help him. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead protect me at all the times with his 8 arms. He is all powerful because he fully possesses the 8 mystic power, Anima, Lagima, etc. So we should be feeling very satisfied, very protective. We are in the hands of our Lord. And now in the following verses, the different places, directions, how the Lord comes, how the Lord can help. Right? Any form of the Lord can help for our any problem. Okay, but every form has a specific reason, or a specific message. Okay, which must give us more and more confidence that wherever we are, however we are, okay, our Lord is there. Why our Lord is there? Because in that form, the Lord had come and helped someone. So let us go further. Sudha Mataji, you want to read the 13th shloka?
Yes. Jaleshu mam rakshatu matsya murti yo yado ganebhyo varunasya pashat sthaleshu maya vatu vamano vyat trivikramah ke vatu vishwarupah. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. May the Lord, who assumes the body of a great fish, protect me in the water from the fierce animals that are associates of the demigod Varuna. By expanding his illusory energy, the Lord assumed the form of the dwarf Vamana. May Vamana protect me on the land. Since the gigantic form of the Lord Vishwarupa conquers the three worlds, may he protect me in the sky. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This mantra seeks the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the water, land, and sky in his incarnations as the fish, Vamana Deva, and the Vishwarupa. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Praise God. So, with these three incarnations, right? So, and see, Krishna consciousness is very simple for simple. Okay, I will. I wanted to do a quick exercise. Maybe it is. It will take some time. Let me still try. Just give me a second. We will deviate a bit, but it will help us a lot. Sorry, I should have kept it ready. Okay. I don't know when we are on the Zoom. I've seen it earlier also. It is only less than 40 KB image. Yes. Okay. So one question to all of us. Okay. We have 15 seconds from here. What do we see? What do we see from here? I will ask randomly any two devotees. Okay. 5 seconds are over. 10 more seconds are left. What do we see here? Last 5 seconds, and then we are done. Okay. Let me ask. Someone wants to raise hand? I will ask myself. What did we see in those 15 seconds? Yes. Savita Mataji and Sudha Mataji. First, Savita Mataji. Please tell me, Mataji, what did you see?
You are angry.
Yes. Okay. And Sudha Mataji, what did you see there?
That is what he got angry and he's just pointing his finger to me. That is what I have to do.
Exactly. So you two and me too. I mean, we three. We had the same answer. Okay, when this question was asked to me. Now, our answer was wrong. Okay. Why was it wrong? Because all we had to do was, let's go on. My question was, what do we see there? Right? The answer should have been, we are seeing a person. Right? If we know the name, maybe we can tell the name. My question was not how, what is the reaction, what is the mood, what are the emotions of that person, right? That was not my question. Right? Okay, it has gone, so I will not take more time on this. But the point is what? Give me a second, please. Yes. So the question was, what are we seeing on the screen, right? So all of us, and I'm in the same club. We all went one step extra. Of course, all of us, all group members, how many we are in the screen group now? 15 members. All of us, we were able to see the person, but we all went one step extra, right? We thought everybody will know this thing. Let me add something extra. That is our problem. Krishna consciousness is simple for simple. So We should just know what has been told to us. If we have been told to hear our Maha Mantra when we are chanting, it is enough. We don't need to explore more. What after that? Listening, what? Everybody will do listening. Let me go one step extra. This is where most of us, right, makes the mistake. So again, why are we discussing this thing? How it is related to this current sloka? Our load, whether we are in water, right? If you feel little dangerous, what thought will come in our mind? Matsya Avtara, right? Lord, you took the form of the fish. You helped them there. Please help me also now. It is very, very natural. It is simple for simple. We don't have to read. If something new had to be invented, there it would have been another form of science, right? I mean, it is very simple. Okay. And then we are in the water. Lord came as the Matsya Avtara. For the land, it is Vamana Avtara. Why? Because Lord expanded his feet so much so that it covered entire earth, right, with one feet. And since the gigantic form of the Lord, Vishwarupa, conquers the three worlds. Okay, may he protect me in the sky. So whether we are in the water, on the land, or in the sky, right? The Lord, in his different incarnations, had come to that platform and had helped the devotees, right, for their protection. So let that very same Lord help me also. I don't know where I am, right? I am somewhere in the deep deserts of my miscreant thoughts, right? So those thoughts are taking me away from my very same Krishna. Those thoughts are taking me often very away when we are chanting. So let that Lord help me. If you can come to water in the ocean, if you can come to land in the sky, he can come in my thoughts, the deserts of the thoughts, and then take me back to his lotus feet. Let my attention be focused there. We don't have to be, we see we are always in problem. Yesterday I was having a discussion, I mean, in the evening we attended a session. There it was mentioned Mother Draupadi, she was calling the Lord when Dushasana was trying to disrobe her. Then I asked this question to my devotee friend, that we don't feel like praying in like Mother Draupadi. We are also getting continuously disrobed by this material world in the Maya. And the beautiful answer that the Prabhu who gave me was, we are instead praying the Lord, let me continue to get disrobed, because I'm enjoying the things around me. I do have the taste for them. So rather than praying the Lord for the protection, we are asking the Lord to be, let me enjoy in this material world. Let us think how difficult situation we are putting our Lord into. Lord wants to come and help us. Right? Okay, we'll go to the next one. Let me, Savita Mataji, was it the previous hand or the new hand?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
You want to read this 14th one, Maji?
Yes,
Durgesh, yes.
Text 14. Durgeshva atavadi mukhadishu prabhu payanishi surayata pari vimuchato yasya mahatta bhasam disho vinedu nyapatam cha karabha.
Thank you, Maji. Yes, translation, please.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. May Lord Nrsimha, who appeared as the enemy of Hiranyakashipu, protect me in all directions. His loud laughing vibrated in all directions and caused the pregnant wives of the Asuras to have miscarriage. May that Lord be kind enough to protect me in difficult places like the forest and battlefield. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mazi. Yes. So here, because if the Lord can come from the pillar, he can come from everywhere, in any directions. Right. So see, the beautiful thing why we are discussing now is Hiranyakashipu. It was same Hiranyakashipu who prayed and pleased Lord Brahma. Okay, and he set so many questions. I mean, ifs and buts, like in the sense, neither here nor there, neither there nor there. So many points he had to apply his own limited intelligence to come up with a set of parameters, which were easily defeated by Lord Narasimha. The advantage that we have is we are not requesting, we are not forcing. Okay, let me put it this way: we are not forcing the Lord, nor we are requesting the Lord in a challenging spirit. That Lord, so far I have read 6.8.14th shloka only. So you will help me in land, water, sky, sky, and in all directions, because I am yet to cover other shlokas, right? I mean, we as in we all. So we are in the submissive mode to the Lord, right? Lord, if you so desire, okay, then the remaining things where our imagination also cannot go are very well taken care by the Lord, because now we are surrendering to the Lord. If we are surrendering, then anything we say, okay, it is a very, very, very important point, Prabhuji and Mataji. When we are surrendered to the Lord, okay, then our every action, our every endeavor becomes a service to the Lord. Because now we will be thinking of how to please my Lord. Now the center of attraction is not how I am going to satisfy my own senses. Now it is anything, if I have or if I don't have. How can I, if not physically, how can I do manasa, right? In the Kali Yuga conversation, right? It was mentioned in Kali Yuga, if you offer the things to the Lord just with manasa, through the mind, Lord still accepts them. It is the glories of the Kali Yuga. See, there is no point in counting the problems that Kali Yuga has, because those problems are there, right? We discussed the Chanakya example. We need to take best of them. If Kali Yuga was so worse, Maharaj Parikshita would have killed him. When he got to know about the glories of the Lord and how beneficial it can be for us, he did not kill him. Okay, so coming back to the shloka, sorry we are diverting, but it is, I'm finding it like little connected. So with your permission, so may the Lord who appeared as the enemy of Hiranyakashipu protect me in all the directions. His loud laughing vibrated in all directions and caused the pregnant wives of the Asuras. See, like in the Ashwatthama chapter, right? Ashwatthama could target that Brahmastra only and only to the womb of Mother Uttara, right? So, so here it is connecting again. So when Lord Nrsimhadev appeared, only the demons would be demons, right? To be demons. Only for them the miscarriage had happened. Okay. May that Lord be kind enough to protect me in difficult places like the forest and the battlefront. It is our battlefront only, right? Like Arjuna. Our situation, our problems, the struggle with ourselves. That is a battlefield only. Yes. We'll go a little faster now. Sudha Mataji, I'm sorry, had you read already, Mataji?
No, Mataji. No, Prabhuji.
Okay, please. Okay, Mataji.
Hare
Please.
Krishna. Rakshati asau madhvani vyata kalpaha swa damstra
Samsta
yonita
yonita
dhara vartaha ramo li
adrikute swapa vipravase
pravate
salakshmano
salakshana avyat bharatagrajo asman.
Yes.
Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sorry,
The Supreme Indestructible
yeah,
Lord.
the Supreme Personality, the Supreme
Indestructible.
indestructible Lord is
Ascertained.
The Supreme Indestructible Lord is ascertained through the performance of ritualistic sacrifices and is therefore known as Yajneshwara. In his incarnation as Lord God, he raised the planet Earth from the water at the bottom of the universe and kept it on his pointed tusk. May that Lord protect me from rogues on the street. May Parashurama protect me on the tops of mountains, and may the elder brother of Bharata, Lord Ramachandra, along with his brother Lakshmana, protect me in foreign countries.
Yes. So,
Purport also, Prabhuji?
yes, Mataji, we can do.
Purport by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. There are three Ramas. One Rama is Parshurama, Jamadagnya. Another Rama is Lord Ramachandra, and a third Rama is Lord Balarama. In this verse, the words Ramodvikuteshwara Ata indicate Lord Parshurama. The brother of Bharat Maharaj, and Lakshmana is Lord Ramachandra. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, in this regard, I will just cite one shloka from Ramayana. It is also called the Charam Shloka. Sakrid eva prapadnayo tavasmiti cha yachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadami etat vratam mama. Lord Ramchandra says, if you just surrender once, saying, "Oh Lord Ram, I'm yours," then the responsibility of that person, not only for that life, but for all the lives to come forward, that person's responsibility is mine. So, if a person is so much determined to help us, right, and is our ever well-wisher, right? Srila Prabhupada always often mentions, right, your ever well-wisher. So that Lord cannot do bad to us. Okay, he's over our always well-wisher. So what stops us taking the shelter of that Lord? Right. It is something which we have to introspect, go deep inside our heart. What is stopping me to surrender? The Lord is saying you surrender just once, and then thereafter you are mine. We are anyway his, right? But he will take special, right? I take more care of those who are favorable, right? Lord says in Bhagavad Gita. So, and he can come in any form, like more incarnation, as it is mentioned, right? So, and he can take us out like he did for Mother Earth, right? From the lower planetary system, he brought the Mother Earth back. So, whichever path of the life we are roaming into, where we should not be, Lord can take us back and place that into our actual orbit of bhakti that we should be in. It is very important, right, to be in the right orbit. There are so many takeaways from here. I'm sorry, I'm going to exceed another 5 to 7 minutes. Kindly allow me for that. So we can be in any orbit in our life. if we are just wondering by ourselves. But only when we are in the association of the devotees, that orbit becomes correct. We anyway have to circle, right? Jivere Swarupoe Nitya Krishna Das. So Das means we have to circumambulate. But only when we are in the association of the devotees with the mercy of the Lord and Srila Prabhupada, then only we can be in the right orbit. Otherwise, that life will finish and we will be circling the same way as we have been in so many other lives. So please, Lord, take me out from the street. So many rugs are there. My own rugs, whom I cannot see, are there. Right? Other rugs I can still run away, but those who are created by me are invisible to my eyes. Okay, so next one. Anyone wants to read? Mam Ogra Dharmad Akilat Paramadan Narayana Patu Narascha Hasat Tatastva Ayogad Atha Yoga Natha Ayat Gunesha Kapila Karma Bandhat. Okay, translation. Navkishori Mataji, you want to read? Or I saw someone. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare-
Will read.
Yes, Mataji. Radha Mataji, you want to read, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. May Lord Narayana protect me from unnecessarily following false religious systems and falling from my duties due to madness. May the Lord in his appearance as Nara protect me from unnecessary pride. May Lord Dattatreya, the master of all mystic power, protect me from falling while performing Bhakti Yoga. And may Lord Kapila, the master of all good qualities, protect me from the material bondage of fruitive activities. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, this, if you remember the very first sloka that we did in the opening prayer, right? It is from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.4. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam, right? So Nar and Narayan, so they have been referred here. So we take their shelters because I do not know the complete pastime, but there was some. Okay, maybe it is a homework for all of us, but I will also go through that. Nar and Narayana, they had to kill one demon, and the demon could be killed with so many difficulties. Means a person who has followed the hundreds years of brahmacharya vrata, okay, can kill him 1%. I mean, I'm just giving you a context. I'm not close to the actual pastime. And then they did it alternatively. Nara will do tapasya for 100 years and he will kill that demon by 1%. And then during that time when Nara is killing that Narayana, right, alternatively. So they did lot of austerity, they are the Lord and Nara is Arjuna and the Narayana is the Lord only, right? So in the Himalaya regions, there are like Naranarayana, their mountains are still there near Badrikasha. So it is very interesting to go through that. Let us try if we can spend another maybe 2 to 3 minutes next time when we meet. A small recap of the story. So anyone who wants to take the service, maybe you're most welcome. So may Lord Dattatreya, the master of all the mystic powers, protect me from falling down while performing my bhakti yoga. So we have to take the shelter, and we are not going to. In none of these, all these incarnations which are explained here are mentioned in the first canto, third chapter. Right? They are the incarnation of our Lord. Okay, so we are not going to anybody else. We are in problem. Whom we will go? Our Lord we will go. We are going to Him. And it is the reason why it is so much of nectarian, because in that situation, our Lord did something. He does always extraordinary. But for that situation, that was the main reason of the incarnation of that, right, time and situation. We'll go fast now. Yes. Any other one wants to read? Sanat Kumaro Avato Kama Deva Dhyaya Sirsa Mam Pati Deva Helanat Deva Rishi Variya Puru Purusa Purusarana Chanar Tarat Purmo Hari Mam Nirayad Asesat. May Sanat Kumara, they are known for they asked to remain as 5 years old so that no lusty desires can come in them, right? So may Sanat Kumaras protect me from lusty desires. As I begin some auspicious activity, may Lord Hayagriva protect me from being an offender by neglecting to offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord. May Devarishi Narada protect me from committing offenses in worshipping the deity. And may Lord Kurma, the tortoise, protect me from falling down to the unlimited hellish planet. So Kurma, Lord Kurma, we know like it is to give the fixed stationary position, right? So that Mandar mountain does not move when the churning of the ocean was done. Lord Narada, from committing the offenses in the worshipping deity, it is from that Narada Pancharatra, right? That explains very important. I was just before the class, I was trying to read more about Narada Pancharatra. So 3 pages of information, nice, best of everything. Same way, like out of all the scriptures, right? Lord Narada has written like especially for the deities worship for we people, right? We must follow that. We in all the temples, Narada Pancharatra that is offered. Okay, we don't go to the purport in the interest of time. Okay, next is Dhanavantarir Bhagavan Patva Apatayad Dandvad Bhayad Rishabho Nirjitatma Yagnascha Lokad Avataj Janan Tad Baloganat Krodh Vashad Dhrinaha. Oh, yes, Adimaji, you can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The physical personality of God is in his incarnation as Dhanvantari redeem me from undesirable eatables and protect me from the physical illness. My Lord Sadev, who conquered his inner and outer senses, protect me from fear produced by the duality of heat and cold. May Yajna protect me from the defamation and harm from the populace, and may Lord Balarama as Shesha protect me from envious husband. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Balaji. So we'll go to the translation only. So Lord Dhanvantari actually, is for giving the good health so that we remain healthy. And why healthy? Right? So that we can use this health to learn more about the Shastras, to do our more bhakti. If we are not well, then we cannot do. Srila Prabhupada says first is that we have to take care of our health, and then the bhakti comes. So first in the queue is our own health. May Lord Rishabhadeva, right? We conquered his inner and outer consciences. Protect me. Duality of heat and cold. More than heat and cold, it is duality of our mind's heat and cold. Okay. And Lord Balrama, who is our Adi Guru, as Shesha, protect me from envious serpents. Dvapayano Bhagavan Prabodad Buddhas, Lord Buddha it is. Buddhastu pasandagana paramadat kalkihi kaleha kala malad prapatu dharma vanayorutva vataraha. May the personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Vyasdeva protect me from all kinds of ignorance resulting from the absence of Vedic knowledge. May Lord Buddha Deva protect me from activities opposed to Vedic principles and from laziness that causes one to madly forget the Vedic principles of knowledge and ritualistic actions. May Kalaki Deva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appeared as an incarnation to protect religious principles, protect me from the dirt of the age of Kali. So Vyasdeva, we have to take shelter. I'm just quickly describing what Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in the purport. So Vyasdeva has written all the scriptures. So let us take the shelter of the scriptures. Why? Because Krishna says when he departs after the Kali Yuga, he will be here in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Every single instructions there in Srimad Bhagavatam and the beautiful narration by Srila Prabhupada has the potency to make a great difference in our life. So let us take the shelter of the Vyasadeva's work, which is Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost, right? 1.1.3. Nigam kalpataru galitam phalam sukhamukadamrita dravya samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasam malyam mohur aho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. So let us take shelter. It is a nectarian juice, Srimad Bhagavatam. Buddha Deva, right? He came so that people do not kill the innocent animals on the taking the excuse of the Shastras. Okay. And then Kalki Deva, we know, like, is the incarnation for towards the end of the Kali Yuga. So we have to take their shelters. The last one, okay, is Mam Keshavo Gadaya Pratyar Abhyad Govinda Asangavam Atavenuhu Narayana Prahana Udat Shaktir Madhyandine Vishnur Arinidra Pani.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. May I read the translation and purport?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, it is the last sloka. We can read. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. May the Lord Keshava protect me with his club in the first portion of the day, and may Govinda, who is always engaged in playing his flute, protect me in the second portion of the day. May Lord Narayana, who is equipped with all potencies, protect me in the third part of the day. And may Lord Vishnu, who carries a disc to kill his enemies, protect me in the fourth part of the day. Purport. According to the Vedic astronomical calculation, day and night are each divided into 30 ghatikas, 24 minutes. Instead of 12 hours, generally each day and each night is divided into 6 parts consisting of 5 ghatikas. In each of these 6 portions of the day and night, the Lord may address it for protection according to different names. Lord Keshava, the proprietor of the holy name of Mathura, he is the Lord of the first portion of the day, and Govinda, the Lord of Vrindavana, is the master of the second portion. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
Thank you, Maji. Hare Krishna. So when we do Achman, then also these names, like same names come, right? Om Keshwaya Namah, Narayana Namah, Madhvaya Namah, right? So then Govindaya Namah in terms of this, right? So here the calculations also explained, like we the same way that we treat like day and night 12 hours each. So similarly 30 gatikas 24 minutes each. So if we do 30 into 24, right, it becomes 720 minutes, which is equal to 12 hours. So 12 hours day, 12 hours nights. So I can only recall one thing, like what is that second verse of Shiksha Ashkam? Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Saktis Tatrar Pita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha Etadarasi Tavakrapa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdeva Midarsam Yajanina Anuragaha. So there is no rules and regulation. There is no specific time and rules and rules. You have to take the shelter of the Lord. That Lord, okay, because when we do take the shelter of the Lord, right, as it is explained, right, in the very same shloka, same verse that we are reading, different incarnations and different forms of the Lord, right, they take care of different parts of each day, right. So whenever we are taking the shelter of the Lord is there. in his holy name, of course, yes, and through this way also. And there is no difference. Lord is one, absolute. We are 4 minutes overrun, and then I seek your forgiveness if I said something which I should not have said. Kindly forgive me for that. Vaishnavas always have a big heart to forgive others. So if you have any comments or questions or suggestions, I can try to take with the mercy of you all Vaishnavas. Otherwise, we are done now. Okay. So thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji, for your time and for your
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
session.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.